Hi, and thanks for joining us today. For Tiger Talk, I'm Jeremy Williams, the superintendent. I'm here today with Tiffany Teske, our early childhood coordinator, and Tiffany's here to talk to us a little bit about early childhood programming today. So Tiffany, let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about ECFE. What does that stand for, and what is your program?
Yes, so Early Childhood Family Education is what ECFE stands for, and it is a parent-child two-generation class. So parents can come for parent education and parent support with a licensed parent educator, and children ages birth through third grade can attend classes, and we offer programming at our new edition at Parkside, which is really, really exciting. That's our program that's running currently in the new edition area. And we offer programming at night and during the day, really trying to offer multiple classes to meet the demands of families and working parents.
Great, it's a lot of flexibility for families to participate when they're interested.
Yes.
So for families that are interested in ECFE programming for the family ed classes, how do they find a class listing, or how would they register, or how does that work?
Great question, Jeremy. So families can register through Marshall Community Services. We send out the brochure that goes to all of our families here in Marshall, and you can also register online, and you can call the registration office as well. All classes, there is a fee listed, but we don't turn anyone away for the inability to pay the class fee. And we also have a Marshall Early Childhood Facebook page where we're always trying to give updates on the classes that we're offering and community engagement events. And so there's lots of opportunities to sign up, and we're always welcome to help.
Great. So I know with COVID going on, we've seen a lot of changes to a lot of programming at the school.
Right.
What's different with ECFE this year? Is it our classes face-to-face, or what does that look like right now?
Right. So we've been really fortunate to keep our class size at a really under 15 model, so that even during hybrid, the students in early childhood were able to come their full scheduled days. So if they were scheduled to attend Tuesday, Thursday class, they came for both of their days, which is really important. The earlier the child, or the younger the child is, the more consistency that we can provide during this pandemic. It's just really important. And for ECFE, we're able to offer some virtual classes, so if we were unable to meet in person, and that's been a really fun learning opportunity and really opened up some new doors. Also with COVID and our restrictions, we were unable to have some of our community engagement events that we've typically had, but I'm so excited to look forward to the future where we can offer those again, like the snowball, our father-daughter dance, and our turkey bingo and things like that.
Great. So lots of different opportunities and times and such available and ways to reach people depending on what works best for them. Great. So I know we had talked earlier about early childhood screening. You and I had visited a little bit about that. Can you just share a little bit about kind of what that is, like who should participate in early childhood screening?
Right. So early childhood screening is a mandate from the state of Minnesota, just really wanting to help and connect resources to young children. So at age 3, we welcome all of our district and non-district students to come in and have an appointment time for their early childhood screening. In a typical year, we have our screening the first Wednesday of every month, and they can register for an appointment time by calling the early childhood office. What it looks like is just fun games is how we really advertise it to our students so that they aren't anxious or nervous, and in case they are, a parent attends with the child for the full time. Areas that we look at is vision, hearing, and then we do some developmental games. And then the parents complete paperwork so that we can look at where is the child social emotionally, and also is there any concerns? Maybe there's some area that they just need to be connected with a community resource, or possibly some services that the school can provide. And so we're really trying to make sure that we're hitting all of the children in our area to make sure that everybody's right on target or on pace for kindergarten.
Perfect. And what age did you say again we do the early childhood screening for?
Age 3 is the age that we would love to screen children at, but we'll screen anywhere from 3, 4, and 5 up until kindergarten entry.
So as long as they do it before coming to kindergarten.
Yes, it's really important if you're planning on attending a public school that you have to have early childhood screening before entrance.
Perfect. Voluntary PreK is the next topic I thought we can touch on. So I've heard about this VPK program. Can you tell us a little bit, what is that?
So we are very, very fortunate here at Marshall Public School to receive voluntary pre-K funding. And a few years back in 2017, the state of Minnesota had an opportunity for all districts to apply for special voluntary pre-K funding, where they really wanted to even the playing field for all children to have the same opportunities. And so districts applied, and there was few selected to receive this funding to be able to give the community an opportunity to come to a public school preschool that's 4-star parent aware rated, which means we have all licensed teachers, and we're really meeting a lot of top requirements of the state in the program that we're providing, and then there's no tuition cost. There's also no busing fees for transportation, and they also receive free breakfast. So
no barriers for the program.
No, and it's been such a wonderful opportunity. I've heard great feedback from parents that they're just so appreciative that we're able to offer this for their families. Some families, they were just unable to afford a preschool option and daycare, and so this gives them that opportunity. And what we see as the benefit in the public school is that we're able to make sure our children are ready for kindergarten, or again, collaborate with our resources to make sure that we give them the extra support that they need so that come kindergarten entry, they're ready to go.
Ready to go. So that program is part of the new addition at Parkside as well? That will be in that location?
All of our 4-year-old preschool program will be under the voluntary pre-K program.
Great, great. So the Little Cubs preschool, you talk about everything being over at Parkside. That's going to be next year, next fall when we come back. Everything's going to be at that new location. Registration, and that's going to happen soon. Can you talk a little bit about what to expect for that this year?
Yes. If families would like to register for preschool, we will have an open registration survey. It's like a Survey Monkey, if you're familiar with that. And we will post that on our Marshall Public School webpage along with our Marshall Facebook page so that families are able to do the easy application. And then what I'll do is I'll send letters out to all of our families to let them know how many days of school their child will be able to attend for the 2021-22 school year.
So if I'm interested in the VPK you just talked about, or early childhood, the family education piece, I go to the same spot for resources for all those?
Yep, you can always contact the Marshall Early Childhood Office at 507-929-2633. And for ECFE, which would be the family and child classes, you can also register through Marshall Community Services.
Okay, great. Help Me Grow is something that we've talked about some too. So can you share a little bit about that program and how that fits into everything in your department?
Yes. So Help Me Grow is a Minnesota program where, again, the state of Minnesota cares so deeply about making sure that every child has the best set of resources. Early intervention is the same as early childhood special education. And what we provide for some children is maybe deaf, hard of hearing, or vision specialty. They may need just a little bit more support to get to be at the same developmental area as their peers. Maybe a child has autism. So the Help Me Grow program, what it looks like is where anyone in the community can go to helpmegrow.org and complete a referral. It could be a neighbor, a parent, a daycare provider, a physician, and then that's routed right to the school district once it's submitted. And so then an early childhood special education teacher that's provided at the Marshall Public School District reaches out to that family to say, your child's been referred and these are some of the concerns that were noted. Are you seeing some of the same things? And then helping support the parent with, these are answers to questions you might have. Your child's developmentally on track, or let's give it a month to see if we're seeing progress, or let's go ahead and set up a time to really look at your child and do another screening or an evaluation.
Sure. So what are the age constraints around the Help Me Grow?
All the way from birth through age 5.
Okay. So anyone kind of in any of the early childhood programs could be referral. What if a parent has a question about their student, but just isn't quite sure if they want to go through that whole referral process, what would they do then?
Yes, you can always call the Marshall Public School Early Childhood Office. Again, that's 507-929-2633. Or on the helpmegrow.org website, there is a variety of resources for parents and daycare providers, anyone, just to see developmental milestones for each child under each of the developmental areas, from speech and language to motor skills, etc.
Sure. So if they're just not sure, they have questions, they can call there and work with you guys. That's great. So let's talk a little bit about that Parkside Edition. So we've been pretty excited about that this year with all the construction projects going on in Marshall. That edition went on first, and now we're working on the new Southview Elementary School that's going up. So next year, all the early childhood programming comes to Parkside. So we'll have early childhood at that site. Kindergarten will all be at that site, and first grade all at that site, and then the older kids are at a different location completely. So some big changes for your program, all being in one location and not split across two spots. Talk to us a little bit about that edition. So we walk up, I see there's that door closest to the parking lot. That's early childhood area. Talk to me about what do I see when I walk in that room?
Wonderful. I think you can tell by my smile, I am super excited about the new edition, and I can't thank the community enough for the support through the referendum so that we have this opportunity for young children and families. Our staff is very excited about this new opportunity, and I can't wait for all of our families to be able to see the great facility space. So as you enter the doors, on the left-hand side, you'll enter into the office area, and we'll have our secured entry that way, and then we'll be able to let families into the classrooms. On the first room to the right, it's our early childhood family ed room. Again, that's where our parents attend with their young children. And then down the hallway, we have classrooms for preschool.
So that wing that's kind of traditionally been second grade rooms, so
Right.
it's all going to be early childhood rooms next year.
All early childhood. We'll have an early childhood special education room, 3's preschool, 4's preschool, a play space, which is kind of an open-ended area that we're having lots of ideas to think about on how we're going to utilize the space, and then our ECFE room.
Sure. So all the same great programming, just in a new location next year. So excited about that piece coming in next year. Tiffany, anything else you want to share with the audience today about early childhood programming?
Early childhood family education, we are currently accepting new families to enroll in our classes for the second half of the school year. We have Lori Radke, who is a fabulous early childhood educator, and Alicia Kudrin and Lori Dice are parent educators. If you haven't tried out an ECFE class, please try it out. And if you're not ready to come back in person, we do have the virtual option as well. Our preschool registration is opening soon, and I'm really excited for families to get an opportunity to register so that they have their spot all ready to go for the next upcoming school year. And I just want to share with you that we have fabulous early childhood staff, and I can't thank them enough for all of their hard work that they have put through this year, as well as all of the Marshall Public School staff. And thank you, Jeremy, for this time today. I appreciate having the opportunity to visit with you about early childhood and share with the community.
Yeah, maybe one last time to share the contact information again if we want to register or have questions about early childhood.
Sure. Yes, you'll find all of the information on our Marshall Public Schools main webpage. Under departments, you'll also find the early childhood link where you'll be able to find lots of different resources, including the registration for preschool for next year, or you can call 507-929-2633.
All right, great. And thank you everyone for joining us today.